Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Christy. Today's video is going to be sorry, I was reading an email. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Christy. In today's video I will be giving you guys just a brief summary of my experience with Noelle Randall. There's a couple on YouTube. Their channel's name is Real Talk, and they've been sharing their story. They are two investors who invested into Noelle Randall's crowdfunding, and they haven't seen dividends. So I just wanted to kind of give my point of view from someone who worked on the team. So I wanted to give you guys just some insight on how Noelle Randall operates. It's just my perspective. You guys can take this information and feel however you want to feel about it. If you want to continue to support and do business with her, you are free to do so. This video is really just me telling you guys what I think. So, all right, guys, so I want to give you guys some detail and some insight on, Noelle Randall and my experience being on her team. So before I was on her team, I was a student. After I was a student, I was doing my own thing, coaching students, hosting my master classes. I wrote a couple of ebooks to help people out with getting started in Airbnb. And someone from her team reached out to me and asked me to be one of her coaches. I agreed to it because I thought it was an opportunity for me to work with someone I considered my mentor. I did admire her, so much so that I think I learned a big lesson from this, that I shouldn't admire people to the level that I used to. Now I just look at everyone like they're normal. But before, I did kind of have her on a pedestal. I would tell my students that she was my mentor. I would post about her on social media. So I really did, look up to her. But once I joined her team, I quickly realized that she really didn't care about her students, and that's probably why she never attended any of the student calls, and she never really attended any of the coaches meetings either while I was on her team. She showed up to maybe 2 calls, and one moment that I recall clearly is when she hopped on a call and she specifically told us not to tell people who were signing up for her program, because when you sign up for her program, you have 2 options. You can make a deposit of $3,000 and make a monthly payment of $1,000 for 7 months, or you can make a payment in full for $8,000, giving you a $2,000 discount because you decided to pay it in full. So on this call, I guess maybe she wasn't happy that we weren't closing as many deals as she expected us to. We were new coaches. She hired 3 new coaches. We were still trying to get used to things and learning the script and feeling comfortable with talking to people and following a script. So she hopped on the call and she told us not to tell people that they would be paying $1,000 a month. She said, tell them it's $3,000 down, and if they don't have it, they can make a $2,000 payment, and then we'll make an exception, and a week later they can pay $1,000, and then the following month they'll get on their payment, but don't tell them what the payment is. They'll work it out with accounting. I didn't like that. It didn't rub me the right way. I didn't follow by that rule, and honestly, I didn't close many deals, and I don't care that I didn't, because at the end of the day, I want people who are signing up for this to feel comfortable knowing that they're spending $3,000 or $8,000 to join the program. So, and by the way, when I joined the program, I only paid $4,000, and to me that was a lot. And in hindsight, it wasn't even worth the $4,000. It was probably worth $400. I would comfortably pay $400 for what I got and feel like I got what it was worth. So a second red flag for me when I met Noelle in person, because we had to be there for her Airbnb property tours. We were coaches, so she wanted us to lead the groups of people while they looked through the properties. So we met at one of the properties that she hosts, and there was a conversation around her assistant, who was also her stepdaughter. I guess maybe she didn't do something right, but she called her dumb in front of all of us coaches, and we had never met Noelle before in person, and we had never met her stepdaughter either, and her stepdaughter wasn't in the room. So that was a red flag to me, because why are you talking about people behind their back? I don't care what anyone says. It's not okay to talk about people behind your back, especially people who were in your family. that don't fly with me. I don't want people in my life who are going to talk about me behind my back. So I kind of looked at her like, okay, maybe I don't want to get too close to you because who knows what you'll say about me. Another red flag at her event, after she spoke on stage, she was supposed to meet people and shake hands. There were over 100 people who showed up. People came from all around the country. They drove in the middle of the night and it thunderstormed the night before. There were people who didn't have a place to stay that night but wanted to come anyways just to see Noelle speak in person. Like I was helping with registration, so I got to meet almost everyone who registered that morning, and I asked them about, how did you get to know Noelle? How did you hear about her? Like, I was asking questions. I wanted to actually know people and get to know their stories. So I had several people who told me like they went out of their way. I had one lady who said she brought all 5 of her kids and they were in the hotel room with her cousin while she was at this event. One lady drove, she was in her 60s and she drove from a different state by herself, and this lady had a cane. So she, probably shouldn't have been driving on her own that late at night, but she drove from a different state in the rain to be there to see Noelle. So tons of stories like that. Like, y'all know, if you're on YouTube and you watch Noelle, I was the same way. I was obsessed. I loved Noelle. I used to share her videos and tell people about her. Like, I loved her. Like, I really did feel like she was someone that I could look up to and someone that I could admire. And unfortunately, you shouldn't do that, right? I learned a lesson. But so the next red flag was, after that event, she was supposed to get off stage and meet people and, shake hands and network and things like that. But she decided that she didn't want to last minute. So there were people who paid for VIP that couldn't meet her. There were people who were just expecting to like get more of her, except she wasn't in the mood to do so. I asked her right hand girl, her cousin, who also works in her business. I asked her, I said, hey, Mimi, why isn't Noelle, going to be taking pictures? Like, what's going on? Is everything okay? And she was like, the boss does what the boss wants. And I was just like, so no one's going to hold her accountable and say that people came from all over to see her and meet with her and greet her? No one's going to say that, people actually paid for VIP tickets to get to see you face to face and shake your hand, and that's just okay? Yeah, when it comes to me, y'all, I don't like when people do people like that. I don't care what you're going through. If you can be on stage and you can key and you can sell your programs and you can try to get people to sign up for your mentorship, then you need to get off stage and do the same thing behind the scenes when you're not under the lights. That's how I feel. You need to be there because people came to see you. The next morning, she was supposed to meet with her VIP students at like this brunch that she had set up, and there was a second room with the students that recently signed up for her program. She was supposed to see both groups of people, but instead she ran into the room last minute where the new students were and was in her workout clothes and said, hey, can't stay, gotta catch a flight to Atlanta, gotta close some deals, but I knew I had to be here. And she stayed for maybe 20 minutes and spoke, basically motivating them and telling them, congratulations for joining my program. I'm so excited that you guys decided to invest in yourself. Nothing more than that. Like, she literally just came in to be a quick motivational speaker and then she left. I was just shaking my head, because how could you plan such a huge event and be in a rush not to be with the people who came to see you? After that event, though, someone stopped me in the hallway and they said, the food that we got for VIP, she said, I could have went to IHOP and paid $20 for a better meal. Mind you guys, this is hotel food. She didn't hire outside catering. She got the hotel staff to prepare the same breakfast they give you when you check out at 9 a.m. You go have breakfast and then you go home. That's pretty much what they got. So that was a huge red flag. It just started to show me more of like who she was and what she was really focused on. It was more so about how many deals we can close, how many new students she can get. I don't know if it's because she wasn't making as much money in Airbnb, or maybe she wasn't making money in her investment properties that she was really pushing for these new students to get signed up. But pretty much when she hosts an event, it's so she can get new students. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's how business is. But if you're looking to get new students, I want you to actually care about your new students. Like, don't treat them like they're just another number. These are people who are investing their 401k, their savings, their last dime to be in this program to possibly change their life. At least have enough empathy to like want to speak to these people. So after coaching for a little bit, we like the first month of coaching was really like shadowing and training and like getting your feet wet. And then the second month of coaching that I did, it was me all on my own. I'm making phone calls on my own. I'm scheduling calls and I'm talking to people. A big red flag for me was we had a system where we can check text messages that people would text us just in case they were trying to speak to one of us coaches. It wasn't really our duty to monitor the chats because she has a customer service team that is supposed to take care of these things. But literally, guys, like I'll literally pull my notification screen down and I'll just see like every other text that we're getting is someone complaining about a book that they didn't receive, a refund that they've been asking for, a module that they don't have access to, credentials that they haven't been able to log into. And like they'll sit there for days and like I'll forward it to the team and say, hey, screenshot, this person is asking for this, and that person will still not get the answer they're looking for. Like no one will reach out to the person that is asking questions. So it just seemed like it was really unorganized and messy, and like they didn't really care to have proper procedures in place for things like this. What really like did it for us, the coaches, because like I said, we all quit on the same day, is the fact that like we all signed a contract and we all knew that per contract, it says every pay period we were to receive our base plus commission. That's not what they wanted to go by, y'all. When time came for us to get paid that first commission, they were like, no, the contract's wrong. That's not what we're gonna go by. You're not gonna get it till August. And I'm like, all of these calls that I'm doing in June, all of these people I'm signing up, like, y'all can't even give me my money in July. I've worked commission-based jobs before. You get your paycheck typically the next pay period or the pay period after that. Yes, sometimes it takes a little bit of time to reconcile some things, but when Noelle Randall runs your credit card, the money comes out right away and you've signed a contract. So it's not gonna be easy for you to get your refund back. So I question, why should I wait 6 weeks to get my commission if I'm making you money? If I'm putting in time every single day to make you money, why do I have to wait so long to get paid? So none of us coaches agreed to that. We didn't like that, and we all decided to quit because it's not what we signed up for. And if you can't even have the grace to want to change things, because they weren't budging at all. Like the team was like, yeah, no, sorry, that's incorrect. This is what we're gonna go by, and if you don't like it, you guys can leave. So we did. I had no problem leaving. I was fine before, and I'm gonna be fine now. So after that meeting, we all quit. They took away all of our credentials to anything that we had ever paid for. Like I actually paid to be in her program, and when you're in her program, you get lifetime access to the material. They took all that away, which I really don't care, because the material that I created for my students in my program before I started working for Noelle was way better than what she offered. Like I went way more into detail because I knew what was missing from what I learned, and I knew what I wanted to give. So at the end of the day, we're gonna be fine without her. We started our own accountability group, and every week we meet. Me and all the old coaches, we get together and we check on each other, see how we're doing in business, see where we could support each other and how we could help each other in our businesses. So we know we're gonna be fine. We know that Noelle is not like the end all be all. There's so much information out there. There's so many people to connect with. She is just one person on this earth and life goes on. So if you watch this whole video, shout out to you. I tried to keep it as short as possible, and shout out to the people who have recently subscribed to my channel. I haven't been posting like face-to-face videos, but I have been posting shorts, and I'm super active on YouTube, especially in comments. Like, I be on videos, I be talking to people, I'll reply to stuff. I am not shy. So if you have any comments and concerns or anything that you want to ask me about Noelle, definitely ask me in the comments. I will reply to you. There's a lot more that I could tell you guys, especially about her little brother KJ. He's one of her lead coaches, and ooh, child, he doesn't know how to do business. And I really feel like Noelle just gave him a job because she had to. So that's my story, y'all. That's my experience. I'm just a regular girl out here trying to figure it out, just like you. We're all trying to figure it out, and we just want to find people that we can trust along the way. And in my opinion, Noelle is not someone that I would recommend anyone doing business with anymore, especially after Phoebe and I think his name is Tim made the video saying that they were told they were going to get dividends and they never did. They never got the deposit. It never went into their bank account. It doesn't surprise me, you guys. It does not surprise me. We had so many complaints. When I worked with Noelle, there were so many complaints, and I know they couldn't get to everyone because they were coming in like this. Every other text message was a negative comment or a negative message towards Noelle. But what you guys see on YouTube is all of the love and the praise that she's received, but that's not what it looks like behind the scenes. Once you pay money, it's like they have your money, and if you have any questions and concerns, if you don't get a hold of someone who cares, no luck to you. Honestly. So there's only so much that I could have done. I was only one person and the messages were coming in so fast. I would try my best to screenshot the messages and send it to like leadership, but leadership is her family members, the same people who are in business with her, who know exactly what their goal is. So I wasn't surprised that no one's concerns were really addressed. One lady threatened to like post a YouTube video every single day until she got a response, and it's not the people that you see on YouTube now. It was someone else. I think she actually got her refund, but that's the point that it had to get to for her to get her money back. So it's just ridiculous. They also fired someone on their team that was trying to advocate for a student that was asking for a refund. She kept checking on this issue and it was never resolved. Y'all, it's just, you guys have to be very careful with who you put your trust into. Take the information that she gives for what it is, but do your own research. Network with people who are already in the business, and just get off YouTube, get off social media, and go meet people in real life. Like, some of the best people that I know in the real estate industry are people that I met because I actually decided to attend an event and go somewhere in person and meet them face to face. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. And if, like I said, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below.